How you going, action figure fans? This is the last of my Tattooine collection. One being the Jawa and inhabitants, two being Jabba the Hutt's gang and all that, and here being the Tattooine Cantina that they drink in episode 4, and is also mentioned in a few books. I will go and start with... Oh, by the way, I hardly know any of these guys' names. I could have looked them up, but I had a pretty hard night at work. Pretty darn crazy, actually. So, I'll try and get in on some of these. I'll start from the beginning. And I've got Chewie there with Han and Greedo, the Rhodian. Actually, that could be on the Millennium Falcon that I own. That board game they play with all the strange little creatures killing each other. That's the actual Chewbacca that does it. And good old Han Solo, that's the original Power of the Force. You can tell because he's extremely muscular. At the back is the little guy who tells the sand troopers where the Millennium Falcon is. Forget his name, sorry. Guy at the back there, he's the one who buys Luke Skywalker's land speeder. Forget his name too. Sorry guys, I'm not going to remember hardly any of these names. That's the original Snaggletooth. That's not the original Snaggletooth. That's the one they made for the Power of the Force. If I remember correctly, his name was Zutton. As I said, guys, top of my head. That's one of those brainiac guys next to... Well, you've probably seen these guys before, if you've watched the movie enough as like I have. This female character is only a fairly recent one. How close can I get before it gets super blurry? Now, the only reason I recognise her name was Lisa Serline. I seriously do not remember seeing her in the movie, but she's there supposedly. Going at the back of the bar, a smoking dude. Woora, the bartender, surly bloke serving the beer. The Tattooine blue milk to everyone. Everyone might ask for different drinks. No, it's Tattooine blue milk. Little tiny little guy there. Squeaky little thing asking for his Tattooine blue milk. Probably wanting a space scotch or something. That's Dr. Evazan. One who thinks he's pretty tough after a few drinks. Shit, what's his name? Walrus Man, as I remember him in the original 78 model. Ponderbabba, there you go, top of my head. He's easy to remember. That's Bo Sheck. He's just a human in a cool spacesuit. He's got a cool backstory. There's a little midget Trandoshan guy, I forget his name. Then you got the praying mantis person. That's I don't know, like Kitty Cat. I forget the name. Crikey, sorry guys. And then you got the real creepy looking dudes that sat back in the dank of the bar, looking very evil. There's the laughing demon guy, blackface guy. Farrakhan Dan's band. Guy's name, I think it was Muftak or something like that. Let's see, I'm going to duck down here. This guy here is one of the he's probably the most recent one I've got. One with a horn sticking out of his head. Get his name. This guy is a Snivian or something like that, I don't know. They're supposedly psychopaths and not very cool to hang out with. Then I've got these guys, that's Cad Bane's race. They're the same guy, but in the movie they look cool and they were just jibber-jabbering to each other. So I just bought 2 of them. And here's another new one, I forget his name now. I think he's the first one you actually see when they first walk in the bar. So he's like, sort of. Yeah. I like this guy. I didn't realise this guy had 4 arms, carrying a really mad gun, yet no blasters. How about rifles? And that was the original Wolfman guy from the original cut of the movie. And the strange looking slug creature. Yes, they made them. And of course Jawas have to be involved. Jawas are in everywhere. So as well as being smugglers and scavengers, they're also drunks. And they're supposedly smelly, so they probably smelled even worse after a drink. And this guy was added, I think he was a pathisi or something, I don't know. But also I learnt another cool thing. If you get this guy, I just read this in a magazine, I hope I can do this nice and clear. There was another creature on board in the movie, in the pub. If you turned his head around and put a Rastafarian hat on him, just pretend my finger there's a Rastafarian hat. There you go, bingo, another figure. But no, didn't do that. And of course Hammerhead, or Murmur Nagdan, I think he was my favourite. He's pretty cool. And the one-eyed guy, his name was Myloom. Wonder why. There's one big eye. But anyway, that is Tattooine Cantina, or as I'd like to call it, the Central Coast pub in New South Wales, Australia. I've walked, no, just joking. I've walked through a few of these and I swear I've walked into this bar in the Central Coast. Instead of hearing all this music, all you hear is the horse racing and the dog racing and just weird drunk people. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you later. Thanks again.